bunch from Boston. Who's he?
His name is Carl Weathers, and he's my new acting teacher. Do you see me more as the respected dramatic actor, or more of the beloved comic actor?
Whoa. There's still plenty of meat on that bone. Now you take this home, throw it in a pot, add some broth, a potato. Baby, you got a stew going.
Oh, say I'm sorry if I thought that it would change your mind. But I know that this time I have said too much, been too unkind. I tried to laugh about it, cover it all up with lies. I tried to laugh about it, hiding the tears in my eyes. But boys, don't cry. Boys, don't cry.
My brother and I used to say that drowning in beer was like heaven, eh? Now he's not here and I got two soakers. This isn't heaven, this
Don't
sucks.
talk.
Snake eyes. Ah! 88 teeth! Oh, hammerhead! Oh no! Pussycat! Pussycat puss! Batman! Double header! Pickle puss! Pumpkinhead! Neon noodle! Jokebox jaw! Wolfman! Ruff! Ruff! You're all under arrest!
Hello. Hi, Doctor. I'm Cancer Boy.
And what would you like to say to the doctor?
I'd like to thank you for your marvelous drug.
Oh, are you on it, Cancer Boy?
No, there is no hope for me. But my parents are on it, though. They were so very low, not just because of me, but because my brother was born with his heart on the outside of his body.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
Nice to make your acquaintance.
Ow.
Sorry.
That's okay. My marrow's just low.
They think I'm crazy, but I know better. It is not I who am crazy. It is I who am mad.
Vampires have huge respect for owls. 1, they're nocturnal. 2, they're predators. And 3, they don't give a hoot where they dump their scat.
Well, haven't you anything to say? Anything? Out of sheer honesty? Woo!
Yes, I would just love a duck dinner.
I'm going to do a scene from the movie Raging Bull. You fucked my wife? What? You fucked my wife? How can you ask me a question like that? How can you ask me? I'm your brother and you ask me that? Where do you get the balls big enough to ask me that?
I thought if Casanova and I and there had nothing to say to each other, he'd get bored. Go away. Instead, he uses it as a chance to put his testicles all over me.
His what?
How you say, octopus, testicles.
No, tentacles. NT. Tentacles.
Tentacles.
There's a big difference.
The question on everyone's lips is why? How could this be happening? Recent victims include local favorites, the Hutchinson brothers.
My brother is dead. He broke his neck and then he drowned. Why? I mean, 1 minute we're laughing, and the next minute he's dead. Why would God let this happen?
Thank you, Hetty, thank you.
It's not Hetty, it's Hedley Lamar.
The hell are you worried about? This is 1874. You'll be able to sue her.
No, that's the whole point. It's the same exact thing, but it's with women, right? So it's a new idea.
Okay, I just feel that if it's all with women, then it should be better.
Why can't we just do the same thing?
Because if we do the same thing, then why are we doing it at all?
Yeah, I gotta say I agree with that. I mean, why can't we just come up with our own record to break? Like some badass woman who could really throw him back, you know? Judy Garland, Liz Taylor.
Joan Crawford.
Betty Ford. No, those are all sad examples of alcohol abuse. The box thing just feels more fun, you know? When women do it, it just feels sad.
For shame, Doc. Hunting rabbits with an elephant gun.
Elephant gun?
That's right, Doc. So why don't you go shoot yourself an elephant? You do, and I'll give you such a pinch!
We're going to start our volleys. We hope you like the show. For everything is ready. We're raring to go. We'll give you all the latest songs and dances full of pep. We're gonna start with high cha. Just watch this chorus steps.
Originally settled as Ocean View during the 1850s, the city's population boomed with displaced
But in my own way, I am king. Hail to the king, baby.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fantastic Comics Presents.
My name is
Yule Carter, comic book retailer in Berkeley, California.
That's right. I am Yule. That is my name. You can come on into Fantastic Comics every Wednesday through Sunday, 12 to 5 p.m. Even this Sunday, does anybody have any particular plans? I know I'm going to be listening to the radio, I guess around 3 o'clock or so.
We will be spending this Sunday evening at our neighbor Sean's superb owl party.
Vampires have huge respect for owls. 1, they're nocturnal. 2, they're predators. And 3, they don't give a hoot where they dump their scat.
Oh, yeah, I think I heard that already. Yeah, so there's the whole Super Bowl in the Bay Area where my store is located. San Francisco 49ers, by way of, I think, San Jose, are going to be in the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs. And what a game that should be. I'm sure everybody's going to be really interested. Does football and comic books, I find that a lot of times athletics and comic books don't always mix, but maybe that's just me. But I personally am a sports fan, at least to some degree. And, it's just one of those things. Let me know in the comments. Afterwards, for all of you people out there, after the show airs live every Tuesday, that's what we're doing here. We're going to talk about stuff that happens in the comic book store, things that are interesting in comic books, comics that are coming out, and maybe, just maybe, we'll have some time for some other stuff. But first, I like to devote the first minute of the show to a special segment. This is something that happens from time to time. It's conversation piece. Sometimes it has something to do with comic books, and this is what we're talking about. That's right, the Wrestling Minute. I like wrestling. I've liked wrestling ever since I saw... Well, I know I saw wrestling beforehand, but it wasn't until Thunder Lips and Hulk Hogan and Rocky 3. And did I get the right one? Yeah, I got the right one. And it was like, wow, all of a sudden I understand things a little bit differently. And sometimes it makes an appearance in comic books. Sometimes there's comic books about wrestling. If there is... Boy, is there some stories that they could be telling right now. First up, I want to say R.I.P. to a classic TNA wrestler.
Whoa, it's Toby Keith. Toby Keith has come to ringside. Is he an entrant? Nobody's making himself an entrant. What is he doing in there? He has no business in there. He's right in the face of Jeff Jarrett. What is this? Is Toby Keith? Has Jarrett up? What is this? Toby Keith just suplexed Jeff Jarrett. He has just become my favorite country western super.
Holy cow, there's a lot of dead people in that clip right there. Yeah, so there you go. We talked about TNA. Who's down with that? There was a wrestling event that occurred a couple of weeks ago. It was the Royal Rumble, and the champion of that match, in the men's match, was Cody Rhodes, and he gets to pick anybody he can possibly pick to go up against. And he's had this thing where he's been going up against Roman Reigns for a while, and it looked like he was going to do that this Friday. They were all in the ring together. And as Cody was talking, The Rock came out. And The Rock came out, and did I misnumber these? I guess I did. He came out and he whispered something in Cody's ear, and I found a video that would suggest what it was.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Yeah, that's from Promo Joe on YouTube. You can find him. So he came out and Cody walked away, and then he came back on Monday Night Raw to talk to Seth Rollins, who wanted to know what was going to be happening. You know, come on, man, got to come out and tell us. And then Drew McIntyre came out. And Drew McIntyre got all up in their face. And then there's this question about who beat who and how many times. And come on, you got to go and finish your story. That's my Scottish impression, I guess. This is the key moment I thought was really cool. Drew McIntyre said something about Dusty Rhodes, and this is some eloquent cursing, I think, for WWE television.
Look, you ain't got to be a prick, all right?
I like Seth Rollins. I can't help it. There is going to be a press conference live this Thursday, starting at 4 p.m. Pacific. They're going to do a WrestleMania kickoff, and all these people are going to be there. It says The Rock and Roman Reigns will face off in an open to the public fan and media event. Fans are going to be there. They were on the Raw saying Rocky sucks. That was some crazy stuff that was going on Raw. They were very upset with the concept that Seth Rollins would be facing, or Cody Rhodes would be facing Seth Rollins. But I did see some signs that looked interesting. So I think this is all very well manufactured, and the whole thing of it is that people are talking about this and are really upset and heated and everything. And it makes, you forget about the stuff that happened a week ago and what's going to be going on. But there was an interview with the lawyer of the woman that's suing WWE, Vince McMahon, and John Laurinaitis.
My last question for you, Ann, before I let you go. What does justice look like in Janelle's mind?
She wants justice because she wants to change the culture that is going on in the WWE. She wants to help other victims. She thinks by speaking out and coming forward first, that others will feel emboldened and encouraged to come forth.
Man, she's suing Vince McMahon. She's suing John Laurinaitis, and she's suing the WWE. I mean, that's like off. It could be anybody. It's just crazy. Who knows what's going to go on with that? It's pretty nutty. Just a really messed up situation. WWE also has a whole bunch of tournaments going on to figure out who's going to be fighting who in Perth. One of them is the tag team of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. And if you've never seen Tyler Bate wrestle before, I've got this very, very little clip of him here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Here it is.
Oh, I'm the killer. I'm running real quick.
Baby legs, here we go. That's the sound I make when I'm trying to run fast.
Funny enough, going back to that Royal Rumble and talking about baby legs, they killed Collision, an AEW show that's on Saturday night. Duh. Of course they were going to. But you know what also killed Collision? Freaking Big Little Brawlers on the Discovery Channel. So if you have a Max account, you can go back and watch that because, who cares about AEW? And that's your wrestling. Am I still on? I wonder. There was a lot of clips and a lot of stuff going on there for that 1 minute. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you everybody after the fact, to all of you out there, but especially those of you now. I want to say
Hello. 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 Oh. Go. Look out. Hello.
hello. First up, this is where I talk to all y'all. Eric O'Sullivan says, working on a title. That's what I named this. I think from now on, anytime I'm not sure what I want to call this show, it'll be a working on a title with a number. How about, can I borrow a feeling? Kirk Van Houten, Milhouse's father, used that for his album. You mean this?
Can I borrow a feeling? Could you lend me a jar of love?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Nonetheless, boops for Gizmo. Hey, everybody in chat. Well, hello to you. Fantinuum. Oh, did I say Eric O'Sullivan? Channel member. Yo. Maybe working on a title is the title. You get it, buddy. Jilby Pill, hello in the other room. Yes, countdown to Yule time. Lane Kramer says, Eric is always hooked on a feeling. That's right. The Lithid Lore is here. Evening to you. Talking Saul, I'm going to be talking about you, and I'm going to correct you in just a few moments. You know what? Why don't I do that right now? Do I have those picks up? I do. On Twitter earlier today. Ultimate Black Panther has already sold out and gone to a third print with FOC already closed, and the first print hasn't even come out yet. Hella listings on eBay, but it hasn't come out yet. Third print reorder of the week of release. Print enough copies, Marvel. The scamming is crazy. Now, when you follow Big Blue Yule, you're following Yule, the guy that owns a comic store, but not necessarily the... I know, I'm the sole everybody in this store, but, you know, I wanted a little bit of anonymity. That's why I put my name in my title. Y'all had a month, actually a lot longer, to order it. Don't blame Marvel or buy the next print. And Talking Soul says, can't buy if shops are reselling them on eBay before release. Nobody else has access to them before release. And I said, better to list the shops than to blame Marvel. I know one shop you can't name. And of course, you know that was a little sucking up. We don't do that. I don't have an online presence when it comes to selling things, and I don't think that it's cool. There are people that are planning on having a lot of stuff, and of course they bought enough for incentive copies and are probably incentivized to do this, and this is how they're going to be able to move those other things. It'll be at auction first, but then they'll just be blowing them out. 5 for $10 or $20 or whatever dollars, you know, it has to be, unless it's really super hot. But the correction is, it is only now announced going to a second print, and I have until 2/12/24 to get that order in. There is no third print yet. And even if there is, you know what? You can still order the second print. And you can still go into your shop and probably find it. And you can just tell me right now, yes, I want that Ultimate Black Panther, because let me tell you, wait till New Comic Book Day on the show. Dwayne Muth, good evening, Yule, and everyone in chat. Oh, yeah, everyone in chat, take a look at the poll. What do you like, or what do you look forward to on the show? And I gave you 4 options because, you know, I can give you 4 options. That's what I'm talking about. Is my stuff still working? I don't even know. Okay, very good. Lane Kramer, Yule Fantastic Comics released at us. Co-mix. I'm here to work up on my stand-up routine, Fear Monarch says. Excellent. Talking Soul wants a rematch. We can rematch later. Don't worry about that. Good evening, Battle Buddy says. I got in before the wrestling minute. Awesome. Tall cans in the air. Or a short one today. Man, if you were going to do a tick off people, you should have had me on tonight. You could have easily done that with me. I'm trying to tick you off, Lane. We're going to be talking about the Suicide Squad video game for just a few moments, and I'm going to probably be making fun of anybody that gives a shit. Then I'm going to be taking a look at something else comic book related, and I'm going to be making fun of that, and then anybody else that gives a shit. We're going to get into this conversation about why we do care and how much should we care. I don't want to quote any AA passages, but of course, you know, there's some things you just can't do anything about. And then there's people that can, and then they do. And it's like, complaining is fun, though. I do like it. Oh, wait. I'm just tired of people complaining about Cody not getting a match at WrestleMania. But are they? This has been fabricated, and if it is going to go the way it seems like it's going to go, like, let's give it a little bit of time. Let the story play out. I think we're going to get 2 matches with Cody at WrestleMania, and, I assume the belt will still be on the line. So I don't think it's really that bad. It's got people are angry. People are invested. They're talking. There's more people talking out there about The Rock, letting more eyes on the show. And if there's people getting Peacock subscriptions so that they can watch the WWE, all the better. So, I hate your tattoo. That's what. Jill and I can understand the idea of a brand and you want it always to be seen. And he put it in a place to where it's always just kind of creeping out and it's off-centered and there's nothing matching on the other side. It's just symmetry-wise, it just feels like a strange thing. Just make sure you never don't wear a shirt when you go somewhere. Time for WWE to swerve us and have Rock turn heel and take over the bloodline. What? Man, Jay versus Gunther should be cool. I totally agree. He's stepping up. That's definitely the kind of person that Gunther can lose to so that he can go on to the next thing. I think that's the way to go. Listen to this one. Yo, I heard that Garbo X-Force cover with Beast and Wolverine. That's John Cassidy's cover. He's the guy that did Astonishing X-Men with Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon. With Beast and Wolverine is now selling for real money online. Well, I bet it didn't get very well, didn't get ordered. I only ordered one for the store. And nobody really cared except for Battle Buddy. And he got it and was really happy. And, it's going for money right now. But that's what happens. But I don't know. I didn't really like it. But, whatever. What are you going to do? Oh, and this, maybe no, I'm gonna make you angry instead. No, it was I'm only making one person. This is for you, Battle Buddy. That was garbage. I can't believe that John, are we going to find out that he's sick or something? Because it was like, if I remember correctly, the perspective, it was just like a beast faced and Wolverine in the back. And it was like nothing spectacular. And he has always kind of skated by because of his digitalness, but it looked neat and different. And this just was not up to John Cassidy's snuff. Back in the early days when he was doing that Lone Ranger stuff, he was a much better illustrator than that cover. And I feel bad if I'm talking about somebody sick. Don't buy the next print. No, do buy the next print. Just tell me if you want it. Yule's not in the whatnot churn machine. That is damn sure. I even have a problem buying massive books, which is connected with that somehow. I do like Sean Gordon Murphy, but I just don't really like the concept of Rob Liefeld selling his comics on Whatnot and having to field questions about it. And, it makes me surly with the customers. Man, I had no interest in Ultimate Black Panther, but after reading the solicit, my love of mythology may get the better of me. There's some really cool things going on in that book. I'll let you know, a little spoiler for later on. Then you can make fun of me for like Black Cat and Peter Parker and declare your MJ no Peter allegiance. I'm not going to make, yes, I am going to make fun of you, but it's not for that. The hype real FOMO is strong with this one. Ultimate Black Panther, we'll see. This will be the first really good selling Brian Edward Hill book I've ever sold. At the height of my sales, at the height of House of X and all that stuff that came from it, Brian Edward Hill comics just always sold low. And that's when I was in my big spot. when I had a lot of customers coming in, when I was selling lots and lots and lots of trade paperbacks and original graphic novels and Saga and, the hundreds and stuff like that. I couldn't sell his shit. I mean, I had some okay ones, but the couple that he did with Image, it just wasn't really a big deal. People would rather read that Tim Seeley one that was going on during the time. Joss Whedon, that's right. In a year, the X-Force cover will drop $5 to $10, and that's exactly what I'm saying about this Ultimate Black Panther. Heck, I could say this about almost any of the Ultimate comic books in back issue prices. They really aren't that expensive, and they're not going to go up in price because of this universe. And if you're reading this universe thinking of that universe, you're fooling yourself. You got yourself thinking like this is all going to be about nostalgia, but it's not. This is just another continuation of Hickman's story. You can go through all of the things that he's done, and it's kind of a continuation of it. Although I haven't read Secret Warriors, and I'm never going to, so I don't care. Marvel, I'm talking about. I keep goofing and buying the B covers for indies that pop off, and the A covers have the value. Well, if it's James Stokoe, it's still good. Elithalor, yeah, I'd buy Liefeld's book if it was available in shops. I think we'd say that with a lot of comic books out there, a lot of crowdfunded stuff. Heck, I still was able to sell Plot Holes in issue form. Speaking of Sean Gordon Murphy and Massive, the Zorro book is coming out. I didn't order a lot, but I sold out of it. Hell, I sold it to customers I didn't think would care about it. Talking Soul said, Rob announced his retirement from Marvel. Well, let's go back to a post that I saw earlier today. Do I have it up? I do. I am retiring from Deadpool. Talking Soul. It's official. Yup, after 33 years of not only introducing Deadpool, but chronicling many of his most popular adventures, it's time for the Deadpool daddy to say farewell. And if we can get hashtag Deadpool daddy to, trend, that would be wonderful. Now, I do most of my work over on Twitter as Big Blue Yule. But if we do hashtag Deadpool Daddy, don't forget to @Fantastic Comics, okay? So it could be over on Instagram and whatnot. Blah, 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 blah. I'll complete this journey with over 1,000 pages alongside my mercenary misfit. When he says that he's doing 1,000 pages, okay, next to, what did he call it? His mercenary misfit. I'll finish this one last Deadpool story, and trust me, it's a wild one, and call it a collaboration for the ages. Blah, 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 blah. He didn't really do that much when it came to Deadpool. He gets into fights with people, and I won't join them. But if you get into this fight with him, he will call you stupid and totally wrong and not factual at all about who created what for Deadpool. But more often than not, if there's a dissent to who created Deadpool, the Deadpool we know now, a lot of people will say Fabian Nicieza, Joe Kelly, and Ed McGuinness. Because these are the people that had more of an impact to that character than any other person. Then you always got those people coming in and saying Gail Simone, and maybe they'll say like Jerry Dugan or Brian Posehn or something like that, and that's just ridiculous. I mean, I was looking, and Jesus, Cullen Bunn has more to do with Deadpool than a lot of people. And I don't think anybody would consider Cullen Bunn the Deadpool writer. But when you do Deadpool versus Marvel, Deadpool, like the horror ones, Night of the Living Deadpool and stuff like that. Those are like all Cullen Bunn and like Salvador Espin and people like that. No Rob Liefeld. When he does stuff, he does like an issue or a story or most definitely covers. With the exception, he did Bad Blood, which was a graphic novel. And then they chopped that up in issue form most recently and added some pages. And that was called Batter Blood. And then he did the first issue of the Prelude to the Deadpool Corps. And he did the 2010 Deadpool Corps. He did like 8 of the 12 issues. 8 issues. You know, there wasn't that many issues of Deadpool or that had Deadpool in them before he left and started Image. So he couldn't have really done that much with the character ever. And I really, since Fabian Nicieza was like the scripter on New Mutants when this happened, the Deadpool character, you know what? I think this is a good time to. Is it a good time? Maybe I don't have it here. Maybe it's not a good time to go downstairs yet. But yeah, I don't think he does a lot of Deadpool. Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, I'm like looking at all the different things that he could possibly have worked on, and his name just isn't on the. It just isn't there. You know what I mean? It just isn't there, and that's what I got to say about that. I can't believe it's not in my staples. This is just like ridiculous. It's very upsetting, I gotta tell you. Let me just do this really quick. Huh. Well, this is great. Great video, I know. All right, well, we'll get on to the next segment. Let me get the finish up right here. All right, Rogue Comics. Hey, Yule, celebrating the good news. Now, if he would retire from everything else too. I don't know. I mean, you know, Rob Liefeld. A lot of people like him. I kind of do like Liefeld just because he is so not very good. You know, it's just one of those things. I dig him. All right, let's pitch you on. Or no, this is sad. Sad news. Jose Delbo passed away. For those of you that don't know him, he did I know him as a Wonder Woman illustrator. I guess he did Transformers also. I was never that big into Transformers, but I definitely ran across his name in like late 70s, early 80s. Wonder Woman's, I think, is probably when those were. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not like, oh, I'm a big old, you know, Jose Delbo fan, but you know, this is like a classic creator that worked in the business, and I think, you know, it's definitely someone that we should know about. So RIP. There was a release, some pictures of the new Daredevil that's going to be coming out, and they released a picture of Bullseye. I think this was like Just Jarrett or something like that. Is that guy still around? And this is Bullseye, if you can believe that. And you know, I'm interested to know what you guys think about this. If you don't know comic books and you see a character that looks like this, how do you feel about that? You know, is it I don't know, is this something that you buy? Because I'm not really a big fan of it. I gotta just let you know right now. I don't really care that much, but it's just like, they did Bullseye in the movie and they carved like, stuff in his head. And this guy just looks like, I don't know, some schlub. And what's worse is when you see pictures of Daredevil, he kind of just looks the same. And I know a lot of people were saying like there's no DD on his costume. I just feel like, man, this is like worse than the Flash costume back when I was like, a kid in the 80s. This is and he's just like, look at this, like his pants are just kind of like he looks like he it just looks horrible. Just looks so stupid. When I just want to see the Daredevil from the Incredible Hulk, the Lou Ferrigno one, more. Why do people cosplay better than the costumes in the television and the movies? Why, there's a lot of people out there that suggest that the adult films that are parodies of superhero stuff do a better job than the movies, being respectful to the comics in between all the effing, that they're doing a better job than the comic books are. What's up with that? Along those lines, a lot of people are really upset with the video games these days. Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. I was on Thinking Critical on Saturday, and I said out loud that I don't understand what the big deal is. I mean, I didn't know that was the name of it. I didn't know that, that was the whole premise. There's bad Justice League and good Justice League, I guess. And I'm not sure, what the deal is, but things have to happen and make it happen. But there's a lot of disrespect in it because the Suicide Squad are cats. They're people that are in prison for life, and they're given a stay, maybe sometimes of execution, maybe a work release program, if they go into these, near death kind of situations, sent out by Amanda Waller. So here they have to kill the Justice League. Here they kill the Flash. Here's a cutscene. What happened to video games where you get 3 lives, 10,000 points? I like games with points. You know what I mean? You get an extra life. It's over. It's over. You got to put another quarter in. The arcade cabinets, it's screwed when you had to put in quarters to keep going on. But it forced you to have to do that eventually. Now you don't have quarters, you just have shitty cutscenes.
As honorable warriors, we will show proper respect to this fallen hero by...
Show a little class, man. Holy shit. Congratulations.
Makes sense. The gods have cursed you in every other way.
He's got a big dick. How can I care? The movies aren't that good. The TV's not that good. When you have a discussion about the Batman and someone says the animated series is the best version, it's probably true. And that's sad. They can't make what we like for the masses. Same thing with the video games. They can't. They got to get edgier and edgier as they go along. And once they've done, they're following the roadmap. Marvel movies followed the roadmap of things that happened from people that are probably their betters, at least in this aspect, telling a superhero story. They're trying to distill all these years of information and putting them in one movie. You see, in the first Michael Keaton Batman, they had the Joker. In the second one, they had 3 villains. And it was always that way. Even in these even in that dark, when they did the Christian Bale one, they had Not the Joker. It was the Scarecrow and Ra's al Ghul. I mean, Ra's al Ghul is like, I mean, that's the whole thing is a Ra's al Ghul one. How can you not fit 2 hours with? That's another thing. But how do you not be able to fit 2 hours with a Ra's al Ghul Batman movie? Oh my gosh, this should be so easy. And you got to add all these other characters in and everything, and it has to like lead into these other things, and there always has to be more and more and more. So once you get to these video games and they're like, man, I get to cuss in this one. Well, it's done with the cussing, and now we're on to the killing, and then we're done with the killing, and now we're gonna like urinate on them. Well, what'd you expect? We're gonna do a dick joke. What? You bought the first fucking game. It's your goddamn fault. You know? Come on. Don't cry. It's your fault. It's our fault. It's all of our faults. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about Daredevil sucking. The first one sucked. You just thought you liked it. It really wasn't that good. It was really long and meandering, and it was like 3 minutes, you know, like 30 minutes worth. Man, I bet you could distill that in like an hour and a half. And yet I had to watch, 9 other hours to go along with it. And I'm done. I tap out. All of these things are like that. Comic books have been written that way, and then the movies started writing them that way, and then the comics were like validated. But they took it from TV to begin with, and it's like it's horrible. People should stay in their lanes. The Rock, get your ass out of there. Know your role. A person that I got to talk about this. Did you hear that Gina Carano? Did you hear about this? She's suing Disney for being released back when she was doing like The Mandalorian or some shit like that. Again, who cares about that? Everybody gets all up in arms about everything. But I do have a problem when people are targeted because of political alliances. It's just, it's like well, see, the thing is like, I'm going to say this to everybody. If you expect someone to be better, then you do too. There are many times I make choices, whether I realize I'm making them or not, where I don't want that respect. I definitely would in that, though. I have family, and the thing is as I've gotten older, I gotten less angry about that type of stuff. And I understand, that political testosterone that courses through people. But when you're like taking like people's livelihoods, I mean, it's one thing like, it didn't work out, or, I can't really get people to want to work with you, that stuff, that's a thing. So, you gotta manage the entire team, but you also got to realize that if you do it and it ain't cool. And she's got Elon Musk supposedly willing to just like throw all this money over to fight Disney. And it's not even really for that much money. It's like to either reinstate her in the role or like give her a certain amount of money moving up to what it could possibly be. I guess judgment rule or something like judge's rule. So it seems like, it's more of like a statement kind of thing. But I see a lot of people already frothing, and they're just loving the fact that this is happening. And, Jill and I, a lot of times we'll get into conversations like, who gives a shit about AEW's ratings? And I'm like, I really don't, but they made it a thing. And I kind of dislike their product almost from the very beginning. So seeing it drop off has given me some sadistic pleasure, I'll admit. But I feel like they kind of deserve it. But there are other times when it is really important, you know, when we're talking about, I don't know, I mean, just being able to be who you are within reason. I mean, I'm not famous. A person finds out something I tweeted, that might become a thing. If somebody does now, I lose my customers in my store, you know, or I sell it, or I just like, oh, well, finally I can get rid of this shit and just go get a normal job. Do me the favor. I don't ever say anything that bad. So you can follow Big Blue Yule on Twitter, X. But I think this is like some crazy stuff because like the Mouse is going through a bunch of stuff. They've always got people upset with them. Mickey Mouse, Steamboat Willie is up, and you know, there's a lot of different directions and a lot of fingers and pots that they've got stirring. That it's gonna. Marvel Comics being one of them, and I'm a comic book retailer, so that's important. You know what I mean? It's important when they make these movies and then they just kind of like bastardize these films. There was this video that came out I saw. Talking Soul also posted this, and I'm going to play this for you because it ties into everything here. It's like people coming in and just not really respecting what is going on and how that might affect something else in the long run.
Honest, I was not very steeped in the comics.
I didn't read any comics or do any research.
I wasn't familiar with comics. I wasn't familiar with the movies.
We didn't lean into a whole lot of the history of the comic books.
Yeah, candidly, we were not enormous comic fans.
I wasn't super into superhero comics when I was a kid. I read a lot of like indie press stuff.
First thing I was told is don't read the comics.
Really?
As a creator, they put you in a bubble. They don't let you talk about any of the other projects, right?
You know, they're up for anything.
We ultimately decided to redefine it for the series and thought that it worked better for the story that we're trying to tell.
Did you ever read you've never read the comic?
When the DVD comes out, I'm going to read a Thor comic book and just see where we went wrong.
And just see where we went wrong. If I didn't like What We Do in the Shadows so much. Those Thor movies were crap. Every single one of them was crap. Okay? His were crap. They suck. I'll drink to that. You're wrong. Number 4 was bad. Number 2 was bad. We can put them on different levels. I'm thinking critical. People were like, there was only like one, you know, well-written movie. And I'm like, you guys are kind of ignoring Iron Man. It was like, it was a story. You know, it told a story. Dad's company's threatened. Son has to come up. It's Billy Madison is what it was. With Iron Man, though. And it was big and badass, and it was cool. And Jon Favreau did it. Jon Favreau is not like those other people that are making all those other things that we just saw a clip of. You know, there's a few times when we get lucky, and then we get these creators of movies coming over, or the script writers of the TV show coming over and doing movies. And I know a lot of people get really bent out of shape about the Spider-Man comic book, but we're lucky we've got Zeb Wells, if it's that way, you know? Ragnarok, and this is good. Oh, wait. Elon gonna crash the stock, then pick it up cheap. Lupo Bougereau. Illithilor. Ragnarok was the best Thor movie by a mile. That was Love and Thunder was. I blame all those people who claimed Ragnarok was a good flick. That's the only reason we have Love and Thunder. There you go. Love and Thunder. Blah. Iron Man 1 wasn't Disney though. Oh, I see. Oh, you know what? You got me on that one. I see. The best Disney one was the Civil War. I got you. It was just a shell company they owned. All right, let's bring in the comics for this week. Bring in the comics for last week. Talk about some comics that are coming out. Oh yeah, and we'll finish up the poll in just a sec. But first, I just got to do this. I got a lot of comics actually for. This seems like weird. Let's do it this way. Is this really? I think I read these late. Maybe I got it on time. Did Ghost Machine come out this week? For some reason, I put it in the list again. I think it's a little weird. Oh no, you know what's weird? The fact that I have the wrong ones up. That's what it is. All right, let's see. Best of the week. No, that doesn't make sense to me at all. I did all the work. I did it all. Shit. You guys. All right, I got them right here. Here we go. These are the best of the week. No particular order. First up. Oh, Duke. We've got, so I guess we're not doing it. Like I said, no particular order. I did have Duke. Oh, I'm so happy. I just read this late, and I'm really happy that I did. This was a great second issue. I was like really super worried, what was going to be going on, but it played out really well. It's fun. Good book. Batman Off-World by Jason Aaron, Doug Mahnke. Awesome third issue. Dude's killing it right now. I really liking Jason Aaron over at DC. Good job. Titans Beast World 6. I didn't even read this, but we sold out, so I thought I'd mention that. Another book that we sold out of that I have not read yet is Avengers Twilight. I liked the first issue, though, and I thought Daniel Acuna did some really good work. Marvel Voices Legends. This, by all accounts, is a pretty darn good book, and the only thing I did was page through it, but I thought it was pretty cool. And also the character I didn't know from the week before was the character from Silver Surfer Ghostlight. Is that his name? And we've got Incredible Hulk 8. It's an okay story, but it really is there so that Nick Klein can do some amazing artwork. And this issue doesn't disappoint. And the book I didn't realize I was going to like as much as I did was Moon Man by Kid Cudi. Ryan Higgins is also writing it, and I can't even tell you who these artists are, but I really like this feel and style of the book. And if you haven't picked it up yet, I sold out, but we'll be getting more copies in probably by, we'll say the end of next week, Sunday. So that was the best of last week. And now I'm going to bring up next week's comics or tomorrow's comics, depending on how you're looking at it. Or if your store was open today, they hopefully were just selling the DC comics. And if you weren't like a store that's a far away competitor of mine, then you might have done put out your Marvel the Sunday or Saturday before you were supposed to put them out. Boo to you. And you know who you are. We wait till Wednesday.
Why, we sell a dozen a day in this price range.
Who buys them? Tax collectors?
Even if I had to pay, it would be worth it. Just for the occasion.
What, something big going on somewhere?
It's going on right here. It's a big night.
Well, it's just an old run-of-the-mill Wednesday. Well, the calendar's full of them.
That's right. Calendar's full of them. Let's get this up. New comic book day for 2/7/24. Let's close this poll out. Let's see what it says. Oh my gosh, it's new releases 56%. Too many choices. That's what happens. Good job, everybody. Congratulations, new releases. We are here right now, and we're going to be looking at some comic books that are coming up. First up, we have, in no particular order, Ultimate Black Panther #1. And Jill can attest that I really, really dug this book. I thought Caselli is doing some really good artwork, and Brian Edward Hill wrote a really fun story. I love the character dynamic. T'Challa is married to Okoye, I think, and Killmonger and Storm make an appearance towards the end. There is hostilities and questioning leadership and whether or not Wakanda should show themselves to the rest of the world as threats are encroaching. Just love this issue. Highly recommended. Go pick it up at your store. Top marks. Ultimate Comics right now are 2 for 2. And I even like the Ultimate Invasion and the Ultimate Universe. So we'll call that it was 4 or 5, 7 for 7. Next up, we have X-Men 31. That's a cool cover. I'm not a big Phil Noto fan. He'll be doing the art on this one. But the last issue was pretty good. And I've been enjoying the story. It's the only X book I read, although I will be reading those mini-series that are going on. X-Men. Avengers #10. I am behind. I read the first part of this issue, and I just haven't been able to keep up. Oh, look, Kang's on the cover. Jed MacKay is a really fun writer. I think he does good stuff for Marvel, and his books sell very well. We'll see how well in a moment. Fantastic Four #17. This is by Ryan North and some artist I can't see right now. Who cares? Another book I'm behind on, I got to admit. Cool cover, though. Makes me wonder what's going to happen. I am caught up with the last 3 issues of Batman, and even though I didn't really like them, the ending made me interested in reading this storyline. This is going to come out hot and heavy. It's got artwork by Kamenkoli and Andrea Sorrentino, and it's written by Chip Zdarsky. And I don't know. I thought the artwork was really good. Kamenkoli is a fun artist, and Sorrentino lends a very creepy aspect to parts of the story. Do I need another Joker origin story? Year 1? Cool cover. Doctor Strange by Jed MacKay. It's going to have a new artist on this issue, or at least for this issue. I ordered too many, so do a guy a solid and pick up a book you wouldn't normally pick up. Or if you do and you don't normally, I'll give you that much credit for your next purchase. How's that? Just remind me I said that. I usually get Diamond shipments a little bit later on in the day, Wednesday, because I'm not there to receive it on Tuesday. In that shipment will be this Conan issue. Looking forward to it. Wolverine Madripoor Nights. I heard people are already super hot for this book. I can hardly believe it, but Chris Claremont's writing it, so maybe it's true. In that Diamond shipment, very, very important. Pay attention. Everybody's amazed at the numbers. Is this the Transformers all over again? Are 80s cartoon properties hot? Do people love the toys? Is there just a whole lot of variant covers? Or is there a returnability factor? Is there foils and gimmicks? I think the answer is yes to all of the above. Thundercats, Thunder. Thundercats, ho, we got DNA, we got Jay Lee, we got your Nakayama, we got your foil, we got your black and white incentive variants, we got your virgin variants. We got them all here for y'all. Come and get your Thundercats, everybody. Come and get your Thundercats. Now a book I'm really looking forward to.
Superman, thank God. I mean, get him! Come to me, son of Jor-El! Kneel before Zod!
I am a big Joe Casey fan. And although I don't know who this McDade guy is, I think he does a real solid job in this issue. And I was just going to read the first couple of pages, and it's glorious. This book, it starts off with Jor-El, or with Zod and what's her name? Whatever. They're just torturing this Kund that they captured, and he's the last one because they killed everybody. And he tells them about these Kunds that aren't really working with the Empire because they've gotten a little too pansy lately, and they're going to take over new Kandor, which is what Zod is calling his shit. And they know that these guys on New Kandor have a weapon, and they want to get it. And there's a big question about leadership and how much strength you should. It's a lot like Ultimate Black Panther. It's so gripping, this issue. I highly recommend it. If you buy a Doctor Strange and you don't normally buy it, I'll give you a Zod. And if you buy a Zod and you don't normally get a Doctor Strange, I'll give you a Doctor Strange. That's how much I believe in this issue. And you can get a Doctor Strange. Let's sell Zod. Let's get people on the Joe Casey train because we got a couple more books going on this year. And they're going to be a big deal if we can get them to be a big deal. And then we're going to have them in the store, and we can all just stand, hey, and sign, and, I like your stuff and all that stuff. Next up, we have Gone #2. This is a distillery book. How much longer do you think we should give them? Jock is doing the writing and the art, and I did like the first issue quite a bit. And I'm looking forward to this one, but I had work to do. Next up, we have Bloodrick #3. I almost sold out of the second issue. I sold out of the second print of the first issue. I should have more coming in by the end of this week of #1. You got to come and get Bloodrick. It just is really beautiful. It's an important book. And you'd be a fool not to want to read this book. It's really good. And you should support independent creators, people that care. This dude cares, and it took a long time for him to get this stuff together. So, like I said, support this book and me by buying Bloodrick. Birds of Prey #6. All right. Kelly Thompson, Romero's on the artwork. Leandro Romero? I can't remember. It looks good. I'm not a big Kelly Thompson fan. I've got people that do like the book, and I've been selling out, so I've been having to up my numbers. So what do I know? Ah, yes, the Suicide Squad. Almost as if it came out it's like Diggers looking at you saying, I just pissed all over Flash. This is the prequel to that. So maybe we can finally understand why dude wants to take a leak on the Flash, Yeah. Suicide Squad, Kill Arkham Asylum. Daredevil Gang War #3. See, Jill, I told you those video games affect my store. If you are reading Gang War everything, and like Lane Kramer is, you should have to pick up this Daredevil issue. Only another issue or two more. Captain America #6, Straczynski writing, Paco Medina on art, or is it Lan Medina? Oh, no, it's Lan Medina on art, and Doctor Strange. Every issue has a guest star. Man, I tell you, I read the second issue and Spider-Man was in it, and it sucked. I mean, not even in like the Straczynski sucking way. It sucked. I'm like, there's nothing good about it at all. And I hate to say that. I'm only ordering for the shelf. Sensational She-Hulk #5 by Rainbow Rowell, and I'm assuming Iguara. Tell me if I'm wrong in chat. Next up, we have Thanos #3. I like saying it, but I don't necessarily agree, although I don't really care. Christopher can't write well, and all sorts of other people on art. Thanos, everybody. Speaking of Kelly Thompson, her creator-owned character or story, The Cull, is back. I've heard good things about it, but I have not read it. Speaking of another book I haven't read, is there anybody that has? This is the finale to Saucer Country. Is there anybody out there? Paul Cornell's writing it. Whoever the artist was then is doing the art. Saucer Country, finally an end that it was very important. Oh, I already did Suicide Squad. That was it. Oh, wow. We ended on a couple strong ones right there. The Saucer Country. Did I tell you about the CGC scandal? The reholdering scheme? Why, there's a lot of people out there that are talking about CGC right now. They're interviewing people. They're interviewing people that find out about things. They're interviewing people that are writing about the lawsuits that are coming down. CGC, they're like, hey, we might not catch you, but we're definitely going to sue you. Our good name has been besmirched, and we have to do something about that. So we're going to sue you into oblivion. Now, don't get me wrong. You should definitely make an example of these sons of bitches. All people that scam other people should be made an example of. Right, CGC? Right? So when you have people in your own company and you don't say something about it when you're given an opportunity to say something about that, and then it comes out that there are people in your company that done some shady stuff. Why, you make guys like Swagglehoss who have a shelf behind. I got posters, I got comic books, I got pop vinyls, I got novels. I got the things that I like to collect that make me a collector, and I can put them up on the wall. But I'm not going to fetishize CGC. Not like some people. But even this guy wants to write a letter to them and say things to them. And what does he say up front? Because this is very important.
What the hell is going on? What are you guys doing? Why is it possible that you can have graders going into other parts of your building and printing out labels?
A husband and wife team that no longer works there was selling stuff on eBay that they basically, this book that I have here might have just been a better grade, and then they took it and then put something else in, or they took the label, and I don't understand how this stuff happens because it really just doesn't make sense to me. But also, I'm just not that kind of person. I would not, the first thing I think about is not how can I screw somebody. Now, I do think about how someone might screw me. And I've never really partaken in CGC because I think anything where there's a sliding scale depending on how much a book is worth, and that's how much you're going to pay, I just think that there's something shady about that. And not only that, but you can see the way the prices are going because of graded books, and it's putting an importance on a number rather than the grade. And there's lots of variances and things that are more important than one person to another. And depending on what is allowable, because we're just going to accept it, otherwise this thing wouldn't be in good condition and I wouldn't be able to make extra money. I got problems with it. I can just see a few things right off the hand. So rather than wanting to partake in it, I just would rather not altogether. But I have found myself buying CGC copies sometimes online and in auction houses. And the thing is that really auction houses are kind of the last place I should really have to be buying a CGC book, because the job's already been done for them with CGC. And some of these auction houses are fucking up too, not catching stuff, Comic Link and whatnot. So eBay is no guarantee. CGC is no guarantee. Comic Link is no guarantee. Heritage is no guarantee. CBCS is no guarantee. PGX we don't even consider. These are all companies that grade things or sell things online. CGC, you know what they did to make restitution for all those people that got their shit stolen from them, from those people? They got credit. What if you don't want to deal with them anymore? Well, get his fucking credit. You know what I mean? These suckers keep going back. Just to let you know, when I comment on videos, it still is Yule Carter. This is a good time to introduce. It was not a winner. I think it's also because not everybody could necessarily relate, or they do and understand it can't happen all the time.
Good.
All right. We got not one, but two books. This one from last week. Talking Souls 9.6 edition of Star Wars Tales of the Jedi #1. Right there. I can't really remember the reason why, but he doesn't seem to be as into it also. So I'm going to get my, oh man, this is, all right, got it. This might be a little loud. Hold on a sec. Right on the paperwork. Sorry about that. Maybe I should have music playing. Well, I don't think they resealed it, so that's good. Yoink. Yoink. All right, that wasn't so bad. All right, now let's take a look at it. Tales of the Jedi. It says the Tom Veitch story, R.I.P. Christian Gossett on art. Wasn't that the guy that did Red Star? Dave Dorman cover. First appearance of Ulick Kel Droma. K. Kel Droma and Arca Jeff. Oh boy. Not the first appearance of those people. Oh my goodness. All right. Next up, this is from customer Emil. This is a 5.0 Top Secrets #4. And I think the reason that this is a deal for him is that there's a Manili is the guy's name in this. And he didn't do, well, maybe he did do a lot of stuff. I forget. He didn't do a lot of covers is what it is. So this is, he only gets pre-code stuff. Oh, that opened easy. There you go. You saw the back, you might as well see the front now. Top secrets. The U.S. Secret Service smashes the Shanghai counterfeit ring. Well, thank goodness for that. All right. Highway pirates. How the New York police captured a gang of truck hijackers. All right. Excellent. Good episode of Crack the Slab.
Good.
Oh yeah, just getting this paperwork out of here. Plastic work, I mean. Oh yeah. Don't want to step on that. Put this right here. Oh, did I say thank you everybody for joining us? Thank you everybody for joining us. Let's get to the comments. There's so many of them. Let's see if I can catch up really quick. Blood Rick. Oh, wait. Let's go up a little further. Thor put the thud in Blunda. It wasn't very good, but I did actually end up watching the whole thing. They could only afford Pepsi and Doritos for catering Iron Man #1. That's true. Sean Hickey, Avengers Twilight 2 was cool, but they definitely need to pick up the pace. Yeah, I can only watch Captain America putting on like old man sunglasses and taking them off, put them on, taking them off, you know. Lane Kramer, will Storm be like his ex-girlfriend, I wonder? I don't think so, but yeah, we'll see. He seems pretty okay the way he is. Can't wait to read Ultimate BP. I will pull one aside for you, Sean. It's time we start thinking about a folder. I know. Fear Monarch, the Jay Lee ain't too shabby for Thunder Pants. It sure isn't. Jay Lee he can drop poop, and I'd be like, wow, mesmerized. How did he make it look so pretty? I was wondering if Zod was good. I'll pick it up this week. Good. Or remind me and, just pick up the Doctor Strange. Unless you already do. They might have to do something. Jimmy T. I'll get them both. All right. And Ultimate Black Panther. I kind of recommend that too. Bloodrick deserves so much more praise. I totally agree. Hey, it's Sale, Black Hole, Captain Marvel. Wait, what? I missed that. Forgetting the big hitters, Beneath the Trees and The Other Hand. Okay, so. Yeah, One Hand, I think you're right. One Hand is a mini-series that's going to connect with another mini-series, and I didn't really order a whole lot of those. I think they're like noir-like and not necessarily creators I totally sell in the store. So get to me if you're into that. As far as Beneath the Trees, I fell asleep at the wheel, and they have been ordered. We'll see how that goes. Discovery showed they submitted 2,000 books. That couple? Yeah, I saw a lot of them were just crap. But people send in crap, so if they're just going for 9.8s or whatever. I use CGC to invest in myself to test my grading skills. I agree, and I think that's a really good way to do that. But now it's just another thing that calls into question. And I really think if you can get a good group within the comic store, I think I think we do a really good job, and we've got other people we can talk to also that are even more experts in the field that aren't just these guys over in Florida grading as quickly as possible. Supposedly a lot of people see these comics and the grade is, it's bandied about, but I'm not exactly sure. Lane Kramer. Okay, guys, have a good night. Lane, you too. Emil, it's free. It's free. Joe Herb, save a Thundercats copy for me. I sure will. Oh yeah, the other one is a Ram supporters. That is how it is with Ram Z. Ram VZ. Let's do this one right now. It's almost the end of the show, and this is when I like to let you all know about my patrons. We have a Patreon page. We have a Substack page. Let me get that up for you really quick. Here it is. Instagram, Facebook, Patreon, Substack, all Fantastic Comics. YouTube, Fantastic Comics. I am most active on Instagram and Substack. Substack is free. It's our newsletter. It's witty. It's interesting. It talks about things you might not know about. Kind of like this show sometimes. And then other times it's just BSing. Kind of like tonight. Yeah. So thank you everybody that is a patron of ours. It's been kind of lean some of these last weeks. I don't know if you notice when you have been paying, whether or not you've been paying more or maybe less. I've had some people come out under $10 and it was a shock, I tell you. But like I said, some books, it takes a little bit longer for them to come out. It's also like 5th weeks and also end of the year or the beginning of the year, and things are starting to ramp up, and there are good things in the future. I showed you a couple today. Yeah. So thank you to all our patrons, because, when it's tight, it's good to be seen, because you don't want to be like George Costanza.
My last name is Costanza. That's Italian. So you and I are kind of like countrymen. Huh? Paisanos. 650 you change. Ah, yes. And I always take care of my paisanos. So here's a little something. Antonio! Si! Vieni qua! Questa miserabile patrona!
That would be the Patreon thing. Thank you everybody for joining us. Really appreciate it. Also, I didn't leave my patrons up that long. If at all. Jesus. All right, let's put them back up. Thank you everybody that is like I said, man, it can be tough sometimes running a comic store. You got those quarterly taxes, you got your monthly taxes, you got your CODs, your PayPals, your all sorts of things you got to do to get stuff. And I'm always behind nonetheless. There's so many different accounts, Alliance and Penguin Random House and Costco, stuff like that. Verizon, things that you wouldn't think about, that you don't want to think about, but you got to think about. And the Patreon money is a nice way to say thank you. So thank you to all of you, and to anybody that's a subscriber of the channel. We're going to have a big giveaway at the end of March for you. I mean, it'll be comic books, but it'll be big. You're going to love it. It's going to be better than a box from Comic Tom 101. Promise. There'll only be one old ass Bronze Age war comic that you don't care about. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Lucy and Ramona cruising through the jungles of L.A. Hoping to promote a dream somewhere along the way. They're rolling through the streets, looking for a disco, passing up the treats from a kid named Cisco, trying to make connections with their blemish-free complexions, and just as fate would have it, ended up with Sunset Sam. Sam was selling watches from a suitcase on a TV tray. And Lucy and Ramona kept trying to figure out if he was gay. The three of them were standing, staring at each other, when the light behind their eyes blew each other's cover. The ancient code was branded, and each of them was handed a ticket to their kingdom, 'cause they saw their brother Sunset Sam. Sunset Sam. Lucy was from Compton, and she met Ramona at the zoo. Ramona was from Brooklyn. She left when she was 22. Sam was a native of the Arizona desert, but he split when he was slated for some governmental make-work. Their differences subsided when the common bond was sighted. They were all from the same place that made the famous Sunset Sam.